Hey guys, what's up? Street Pete back again, and this is a pre-introduction. Basically, the introduction that will follow this will tell you a lot more about this upcoming video in more detail. Basically, I just wanted to film this little intro segment just to let you know that when I originally did this video, it was filmed a while ago, and my intention was to put it all out as one video. Then when it came to editing it all together, I realised that it was going to be quite a long video, so what I've decided to do is split it down into parts. Obviously this one is part one, and then there will be part two as soon as I can get it uploaded, and then possibly if need be there'll be a part three. They may not necessarily come up all in order, it depends what comes up in between, but yeah, this is part one, so hope you enjoy it guys. As always, bye for now, I'll catch you later. Hi folks, I'm back with a new video, and this video, as the title suggests, is going to be a video about my favourite non-WWE title belts. They're not necessarily all going to be world titles. There could be a world title, there could be a mid-card title, a tag title, anything. They're not all going to be world titles, like I said. They're not all going to be wrestling belts. There are a couple of MMA belts in there that I've seen pictures of that I've liked. So yeah, without further ado, I'll get on with the video. Hope you enjoy it guys. So yeah, I'll get started. So as you can see guys, that was the 1PW World Heavyweight title. 1PW was a company that was based in Doncaster, which isn't far from where I grew up as a youngster. I used to go and watch Doncaster Rovers football team, and the building where 1PW filmed their shows, I remember it actually being built. Went there a couple of times swimming when I was younger. So yeah, I had the chance to go to a 1PW show with a friend of mine, but at the last minute something came up and so we couldn't make it, and then I found out that later on that the show we were supposed to go at was one where Christian Cage was, or Christian. So yeah, that kind of summed up my luck at the time. I was really disappointed, really gutted. Never got to see Christian. But yeah, the 1PW World title is a belt that I think has a really simple design, but yeah, has enough about it to be warranted as a world title. So yeah, that makes my my list of favourite non-WWE world title belts or title belts. Yeah, so as you can see, the current IWGP belt is another belt I absolutely love. Obviously, no replica of that. I do believe, I've read that there were some made, but they went for stupid money in Japan. I've never seen any for sale or anything, so I don't know how true that is. But that is just an outstanding belt. Everything about it just looks so big, and it just looks like a world title should do. I mean, there are many other world title designs that I've liked. Like the big gold is a nice title design. It's very understated, but it looks like a world title. But the IWGP, I think it's the version 4, I believe it is, the one that AJ Styles carried around. I don't know who's the champion at the moment. Like I said previously, I'm a bit out of touch with New Japan. Dip in and out of that, so I don't know who the current champion is. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous design. I would love to own like a replica of it someday, but unfortunately replicas aren't available that I'm aware of. So but yeah, it was another no-brainer for the list. It was actually the first belt that I thought of when I did this list of belts for this video. So yeah, IWGP, the current title, absolutely love it. Gorgeous belt, well deserved of a place in this video. Next belt on the list is the CZW world title. Again, unfortunately no replica available, so I'm not going to be able to get one of those. But again, I just love the belt. The CZW is an organisation I dip in and out of. It's quite hard to find the events and stuff over here in the UK. Even with the advent of the internet, obviously there's certain legal issues as regards downloading stuff, and I wouldn't want to break the law. Um, so yeah, CZW is something that I sort of struggle to keep up with. I've seen like John Moxley, who's obviously now Dean Ambrose. I have a DVD of him in CZW, and I have a DVD of Brody Lee, who is now Luke Harper from CZW, and they're great DVDs. They're probably the only two CZW DVDs that I own. I don't have them to show, unfortunately. But yeah, I love those DVDs. I think they're great. Like I said, the CZW World Title is it's a great belt. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't put it in this video. In my opinion, it's another belt that suits the organisation. It looks like um, a belt that's designed for a company that can get a little bit hardcore. And anybody who's seen CZW will know what I mean. Any of you that haven't, it's well worth checking out if you can get hold of it. If you are squeamish, I sort of select which events you watch. Some of them can be quite bloodthirsty, but yeah, it's well worth checking out. They have a pretty good roster of talent there. John Moxley, also Dean Ambrose, used to be there. He had a tag partner who was Sammy Callahan, who was recently in NXT. They were a great tag team. But yeah, the CZW world title is not the only CZW title in this video, so again, that's a bit of a spoiler for you. But yeah, love the belt. Shame you can't get replicas of it, but I would, as I would definitely snap that up. I love the belt. I think it's great. So yeah, CZW world title had to be in this video. I absolutely love the belt. So yeah, I had no ifs, buts, or maybes about putting it in. It was on the list, and it had to go in. So yeah, another one making the list is the CZW World Heavyweight Title. As you can see, guys, I've had a quick quick change of clothes. Basically, just to show you that belt, the JCW World Title is a belt I've been a fan of for years. I've been an Insane Clown Posse fan for a long time. I know a lot of people don't like them, and everything. There's, they're like Marmite, you love them or you hate them. But I've liked them for a lot of years now, a long time. And then when I found out they were doing wrestling, it was a case of I've got to check this out. I did. I do own some DVDs of theirs, which I may use in a future video. I only have a few. There are quite a few available, but I've only got like a handful, if that. I've seen both their films, laughed my ass off all the way through them. So yeah, the JCW title was definitely. I think it was the second title I wrote down. Absolutely loved the belt, the red strap, the Hatchet Man logo, everything about it. Again, it's a belt I wish that they did in replica form. I would be all over that, and I would have it right here on my shoulder right now, along with my JWO jersey. As you can see, it's got the Hatchet Man logos, and I've got my ICP being it. I'm just a massive fan. I did have a chain, but the strap broke, so I'm waiting to get a new strap for that. But yeah, I'm a massive ICP fan, like I've said. JCW, I try and watch that whenever I can find it. It's hard to find without buying it directly from their web store, and then you get shafted with import charges. So unless I can find somewhere in Europe that distributes them, it's going to be a case of getting them a couple at a time, or maybe one at a time every month or something. But yeah, massive fan of the ICP. So there was no second guessing about putting that title in my video. I love everything about it. I just think it's a great looking belt. It rivals a few bigger companies' titles, in my opinion. I know that's probably not going to go down well with a lot of people watching this. They're probably going to think, oh, it's just a dumbass title for a dumbass wrestling company owned by two fucking face painted weirdos. But again, that's your opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. But yeah, massive fan of the belt, like I've said. Absolutely no qualms about putting it in this video. Love it to bits and would love to one day own one somehow. But I don't know if it's possible. It's something I'd have to look into. But yeah, JCW World Juggalo Championship Wrestling World Title, absolute no brainer for me. Love it. So I had to put it in the video. To be honest, it's like I said, it was the second belt I wrote down, and it's probably one of the main reasons I decided to go ahead with this video. Just purely just to get that belt out there. So yeah, JCW World Title, love it, absolutely love the belt, and like I said, would love to have one one day, but I'll have to look into how I'd go about doing that. So yeah, another no brainer for me. As you can see, guys, the next choice in my video is the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Although I did like both designs, I think this one is probably my favourite design. It wasn't until I did a video recently, when I sort of got this belt out from in its case, I sort of realised just how much I did like this belt. So yeah, this one's well deserved in my choice of non WWE belts. Like I said in my brief history of video, very similar like in design to the big gold, but has enough about it to make it different. Again, another one I'm fortunate to have a replica of. It took me a while to get it, but I got there. A belt I've liked since I first saw it on TNA when I caught the episode, the show where Sting came out. So like I said before, I lost touch with TNA, and I have unfortunately lost touch with it quite bad. But I'm hoping to, maybe catch up on the older TNA, and then maybe try and catch some of the TV products at the moment. But yeah, this is a belt that I instantly fell in love with when I saw it. It was just a belt that I wanted a replica of. As soon as I found out that they were available, it was a case of just tracking one down and biding my time, waiting till I got the money. But yeah, another great belt. So I absolutely love it, and there was no doubt this was never going to be in my list. So yeah, TNA World Heavyweight Championship, the Wildcat design preferably, goes into my list of non WWE title belts. CZW Wired TV title. When I first saw it, I was a bit like, that's a really odd looking belt. But then when I sort of Googled some proper pictures of it, I was like, that's a really, really good belt. That's a nice design. It's different. It's totally different to the ECW TV, the Ring of Honor TV, WCW TV. I like the sort of idea of the colours representing like a test screen, and then at the top of the belt there's a little aerial sticking out. Not really much I can say about it, other than, like I say, it was something that grew on me. But now I do like it. It's another one if CZW ever did replicas of their current and classic, should I say classic, but retired titles. I'd definitely buy one of those. I just think it's a great belt. It's so unique. I've not seen anything else similar to it. So yeah, I had no qualms about putting that in the video either. Just purely on the uniqueness of the whole design. The fact that I thought it was like I've said, really good about how it's done like a TV set with the test screen colours and the aerial on top. Brilliant idea. Kudos to whoever came up with that. A lot of people might not like it, but end of the day, it's my choices for this video. If if you're one of the people who does like it, please comment. If you're somebody who doesn't, please comment. But yeah, I think it's a really unique design, and I really do like the CZW Wired TV title. Next belt on the list is the original ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Well, it's not the original. It's the 1997 version. But anyway, yeah, it's the first ECW World Title I remember watching when I first started watching ECW. So yeah, it's again, there's nothing flash about it. It's just a great belt. Summed up what ECW was all about at the time. As you may not be able to see, but those of you who've not seen the belt before, I'll try and get the camera get a good picture. That'll be upside down then. There where it says heavyweight wrestling, it's got like a pool of blood, which any of you who've seen old school ECW will know could get quite bloodthirsty at times. There was a lot of blood in it. So yeah, that pretty much symbolised everything to me, what ECW was about at the time. I will say this isn't the only ECW belt that's in this video, as I was a massive fan of all the ECW titles at that time. So a bit of a spoiler alert there for you. But yeah, ECW world title, I had to put it in the video, like I said, just reminds me of when I first got back into WWF, as it was in the Attitude Era. First got into WCW, even though it only lasted briefly, and then first started watching ECW. I think I started watching them all, got into ECW over one summer, and I was absolutely hooked. So yeah, but I had to put the ECW world title in. Just absolutely loved it. So yeah, ECW World Heavyweight title goes in. It is the original version, not the WWE version. I do have a replica of that one as well. But this is the sort of original ECW one. You can tell it's got the orange sort of crocodile skin, snake skin backing. So yeah, that's the ECW World Heavyweight Championship.